I've made multiple six figures, now scaling to seven figures with one YouTube channel and one coaching offer attached to it. And if I were to start all over again when YouTube felt completely impossible, like it would never work out, here's exactly what I would tell myself. YouTube is a long game, so stop playing it like a short one. One thing you'll notice with Instagram and TikTok is when you post one video that, let's say, gets 1 million views, everything else seems to take off. Your revenue goes up, you start getting more opportunities, and your follower count just skyrockets. And I've been there before. I've had Instagram Reels reach up to 30 million views on a single reel. And I was consistently pulling 500K to 1 million views. And that was really cool for a while. But the second I took that same mentality and pushed it over to YouTube, I noticed it was slightly different. Now, YouTube rewards patience because it's a compounding machine. It's not something in which you can post one video, have it blow up, and your entire life change. The goal is to slowly build momentum. So then once that one video really clicks, you have the core fan base and you have the experience and understanding of positionings to therefore expand on that success. Now, here's what I mean by that. Early on in your YouTube career, you almost don't want one video to blow up. Now, you might think I'm crazy because if you get this early success, you might have this winner's effect, which will allow you to continue that success out and that momentum out throughout the rest of the channel. But the problem is, if you're still early in YouTube, like you should almost not want to blow up off of a video idea because you typically don't know what you're doing yet. The goal when starting on YouTube and actually getting things moving is to, like I just said, get things moving, to build momentum and to understand what clicks with your audience. Now, when I started this channel you're currently watching, the first 3 or 4 videos brought in some booked calls, but it wasn't crazy. It wasn't absurd like it is now. And the reason why I almost felt like that was good is because it allowed me to test positionings and angles with just a couple thousand people on each video. If I were to be getting the views I'm getting now with the experience I had on this channel even just 3 months ago, then I wouldn't have been able to build the momentum I have today. Because when you see the numbers go up, when you see views coming in and you haven't been able to test positionings with YouTube, you can't find a correlation between success on the platform of YouTube and success in your business. But when you build slowly, you're able to see how maybe you get 1,000 views on a few videos and this one brought in more clients. So that positioning is surely better. And then if you were to expand that at scale, then it's going to succeed. But getting success too early on almost throws you off. And it's almost something you shouldn't want. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because it allows you to kind of sit back and relax and be patient, because YouTube is a compounding game. It's a long-term game and you have to play it like a long-term game where every video adds brand equity to your channel. And then eventually when one of these CTAs really dig deep into the viewer's pain, they'll book a call. They'll want to work with you. They want to spend money. They want to invest, because studies show that it takes about, I think it's 8 to 10 or 8 to 11 interactions with someone before they actually want to have a conversation with them. And this day and age, it's now probably 12 to 15 because trust in the space is incredibly low. So just be patient with your YouTube channel, understand that it takes time, and understand that every single video, that even if it gets 1,000 views, is going to teach you something very important in your career, which is how can I get the most clients with the least amount of views? Because that's a skill in its own. And once you master that, imagine what you can do at scale. But if you can't land clients and if you can't get qualified bookings with just 2,000 or 3,000 views, then don't worry about subscribers. Don't look at the like counts. Just keep posting, keep trying to build more trust with your audience, keep trying to be a real person on camera and not trying to come across as this manufactured and very malleable creator that obviously isn't true to yourself, because viewers can see that through the camera. Now, what you'll see looking on my channel that you're currently watching is the first video on there has like 50K views. And that wasn't because I unlisted videos before it. In fact, that is the first video ever on this channel. But what you don't see is thousands, even maybe tens of thousands of videos I've created across tons of social media platforms 7 years prior to that. So don't compare yourself to other creators out there who find instant success, because at least for me, it's one of those stereotypical overnight successes where everyone's like, whoa, you blew up off of one video. You blew up with a fresh YouTube channel. I only have 14 videos up on the channel right now, probably 15 or 16 by the time you're watching this. And my consulting business is doing 500K a year in profit. So you might think I just cracked the code instantly on my first try, but I've put in so many reps before this to get to this point. And it almost frustrates me when I see a new YouTube creator post 5 videos and have like a 1 or 2 month buffer between those videos, thinking that they need to find early success. Because your job at the beginning of your YouTube career is just to get reps in, to test angles, to figure out the best angle, the lighting, the best way to present your information, what gets people to comment, what's going to get you an extra 100 views in your videos. Like, think big. big in the long run, because again, this is a long-term game, but don't overwhelm yourself in the short term, because the short term is those individual pieces of content you're posting that you need to ensure are the best of your ability, but not such high quality that you're pushing off and delaying uploads so you can get the ball rolling. Because your job is to post 1 time a week, 2 times a week, and do that for as long as possible, improving every single video and not missing an upload. That's your job at the beginning. And then once you get to my position where now I understand what works with viewers and I can post a video knowing we're going to get handfuls of qualified bookings in that 1 to 2 day window after I post it, I'm able to be very strategic with my uploads. I'm able to post whenever I know we need more calls, whenever we have more room on the calendar, and whenever we have, which is pretty rare at this point, like more opportunities to take on new clients. So that's what I do. Don't look at my channel and model that posting schedule for your own channel. It's not smart. I'll tell you that if you're starting off. It's almost like looking at a successful entrepreneur and modeling their lifestyle now when you're still very early on in your career. Like entrepreneur to entrepreneur here, we both know that when you start off, it's just days and days locked behind your laptop, late nights, coffee, trying to stay healthy and stick to a routine, but drastically failing, a ton of stress where people around you start to think you're going insane and you feel like you have to make it work. So you have this primal drive and instinct to keep pushing forward. But once you look at Bill Gates or even someone earlier on like Iman Gadzhi, like these guys have been through that journey where now they can delegate that grind and that extreme hard effort, and they can find much more leverage just staying calm, getting good sleep, hitting good workouts, having a few calls a day, and whatever they do, they party, they have fun. You know what these entrepreneurs are doing online. They post it nowadays, so it's very apparent. I'm personally still in my early years, so I'm still like behind the computer, constantly working. However, I do not let my health go down, because if I have a clear mind, if I get good sleep, I'm able to make much better decisions. And being a consultant, that's like one of the most important things. So I make that my #1 priority right now. But that just goes back to my point. If you're on day 1, don't model your routine off of someone's day 1000. Stick to the consistent uploads, putting value out there, getting the ball rolling, trying to see if you can just get 1 booked qualified call, and then figuring out how to replicate that success. You don't need hundreds, you just need 1. One of the most important things I've ever done in my business career, and which I recommend everyone else do, is they find a mentor to help them grow. And the reason for this is because you simply can't see your own blind spots. And to add on top of that, YouTube punishes guesswork. Notice how the best videos out there are the ones that replicate other successful concepts. The best creators out there create videos that feel so close to home every single video. They don't try to recreate the wheel every video. They find something that works and they keep doing it. Founders can grind for months without realizing that their storytelling, packaging, or even positioning is just fundamentally off. And a coach or consultant gives objective diagnosis that you simply can't give yourself. The next thing is because, as I've mentioned in this video over and over again, YouTube is a compounding machine that takes a lot of reps to get it right, but only if you're going in the right direction. Because if you're going in the wrong direction, you're just compounding failure and error, which you don't want to do. Most coaches posting on YouTube post very consistently. Now, I've mentioned in this video that consistency is incredibly important. And I'll be honest, most coaches have it down. Like they're able to post once a week pretty consistently. But the problem is, and the one thing that when I look at their channel, I just want to pull my hair out, is they're posting consistently and they're putting effort into it, but they're going in the wrong direction. One wrong direction can waste 3 to 6 months, sometimes even longer, if you're completely oblivious to your mistakes. And working with a YouTube coach or consultant just completely collapses this time of trial and error. During that month or 2, you're actually driving revenue and authority. You're actually using data instead of just guesswork, hoping something sticks eventually. And I've seen this work with clients that work with me. I run this consulting company called ViewConvert. I run it with my business partner, Hassan. And we have a lot of clients come in who are like, dude, I don't know what to do with my YouTube. I'm not getting clients. If I can just get more views, I think everything would work out. And we can get them more views, and we certainly do. But before we do that, we try to fix the fundamental problem, which is their positioning, their YouTube funnel in terms of their top, middle, and bottom funnel content, how they're approaching getting viewers into their system, understanding where viewers are at in Eugene Schwartz's 5 levels of awareness, and playing off of that with the YouTube funnel. Like, these are just a few things we've shifted in clients' YouTube channels that have just completely changed the trajectory in which they're growing at. And once that's fixed and everyone's calm, we understand where we're going with things, because now we don't need 1 million views to sign one 10K client. We can start adding views onto it with the top of funnel content. And that's when everything really goes crazy, because now we have the base set in stone with our systems and strategy, and we can actually build on top of that and then make a ton of money. So that's when it gets really fun. Now, there's also the question of, when do you pivot? Like, if you don't want to get a YouTube coach, which is completely fine, like you don't have to, although it would probably save you months and months, you could try to do it yourself, and you should run every strategy for at least 30 days. That's the rule of thumb. 30 days, 1 strategy, 1 positioning, 1 offer, 1 ICP, 1 branding, 1 YouTube strategy. You get the point. and do that for 30 days and see what happens. And if your bookings aren't qualified, if they aren't the types of people you want to be attracting, then you can go back to the drawing board. You can change things. You can do whatever you want, have your fun. But even at that point, you're going to be a bit confused on what to change. But that's rule of thumb, 30 days, and then you can change. Don't be the guy that changes positionings, offers, and ICPs every single video with 5 different links in the description, just in case someone came from this video and saw this one. And then you're like not even showing your client case studies, and you don't have a proper funnel in the YouTube channel. You're just hoping one video is going to blow up and just change everything for you, and it's just magically going to make sense, because the truth is that never happens, and you have to be realistic. And like I said at the beginning of this video, you have to play the long game. So on that note, I hope this video helped and that you're able to now go off, be a bit more patient with your YouTube channel, and know what to expect. And if the part about hiring a coach or consultant to work with you really resonated with you, then you can check out the top link in the description. What my business partner Hassan and I have noticed is that most coaches don't just have 1, 2, or even 3 problems with their YouTube channel and even back-end funnel, like including sales and fulfillment, pricing structure, etc. It's actually a handful of things. So we've tested and iterated with different pricing models, fulfillment models, sales processes and techniques, and even front-end YouTube offers, CTAs, video structures, etc. So we've tested and iterated with hundreds of different back-end and front-end positionings, and we've sort of cracked the code for it. And I believe it can work with any coach out there. So if you're interested, top link in the description, you can book a call directly with me or Hassan. I hope to speak with you then, and see you in the next video.